John it.
Hello and welcome to Psychology Live. I'm Dr. Gail Majcher, and with me is Mary DiPaolo, limited licensed psychologist.
With my $10 jacket from Canada. Go to Canada. It's great for shopping and stuff is cheap.
That's just a little commercial.
Yes.
So anyway, we're so glad that you're with us. We have spent the last two sessions talking about nonstop talkers, people who talk at you. So now we're switching topics because we want to move into self-care. It's so important that we know how to take care of us. Like, I needed a cough drop, I'm chewing on it right now. But we do need to know strategies for taking care of ourselves. So the main one we're focusing on today is girlfriends. But before we jump into that, let's talk about how to contact us.
You can reach us through our respective web pages, drgail.com, drgail.com. Mine is yourweeklysession.blogspot.com. And then we're also on our Facebook page, which is Psychology Live, ! And you can message us there, and also through the YouTube series that you're seeing here. You can always message below, but be kind. Don't rewind.
No, we've never had criticism. We've always had really good feedback.
Thanks. Now we're going to get all the trolls out there going, YouTube, do it. Don't do it, okay? Because remember I said last video, you start it, I finish it, so be careful.
Send it to me.
I'll
have empathy for you.
That's right, send it to her. Now, one thing I want to point out about, the link from these last two sessions we did, or last two videos, to this one on the power of positive self-care. You do take good care of yourself when you can confront offenses appropriately, like people talking at you, without keeping your mouth shut and then hating yourself and feeling mad, bad, sad, whatever when you get out of there or escape the talk at her type of person. So you do have to learn how to advocate for yourself in an appropriate way whenever you feel instantly scared, angry, or confused, okay? So this is a practice of positive self-care to be able to appropriately confront offenses. But thankfully, if you get good enough girlfriends, you won't need to that much because they're good people, more positive than negative in your life.
But that was a very good tie-in between the last sessions and this one. Because you're right, when we can take care of ourselves, when we're feeling some kind of emotional response when someone's speaking to us, if we can get out of the situation appropriately, that is self-care. Mm-hmm. But today we wanted to talk about girlfriends. So why talk about girlfriends?
Right.
I've often said that I've made it through life because of girlfriends. We need girlfriends, no matter what kind of marriage you have or what kind of relationship you're in. We need those close friends who support us, who tell us the truth, who are there for us, and no matter what, they'll listen to us. We can talk to them about, say, our spouse, and they're not going to think less of them because they're into our story with us and our emotions. Mm-hmm. Those are the kind of girlfriends that you want. We all have the innate desire to be part of a group. We just do. It's something within us. If you're a Christian, if you're a believer, you know God is 3 in 1. He's part of a group. Jesus always had a group. The inner circle. We need that. If we don't have friends, that loneliness just eats away at us. And we can become very confused in our thinking. When we're alone with our thoughts, it's very easy to spiral down, or it's very easy to see things from a wrong perspective. Mm-hmm. If you have people close to you that you can share your innermost feelings with, and seriously, you're lucky if you have 5 that you let that in that closely, they help us from a mental health standpoint. They give us a different point of view, or being able to just talk something out, suddenly you're fine and you can let go of it.
Right. She's made so many great multiple points. Friendship is a gift from God. True friendship is a gift from God. And we need each other because we are relational beings. If we weren't, we'd all be living by ourselves in our own little hole in that cave or rock, whatever. And we do need each other to keep each other honest and to keep each other in reality. The more a person draws away from humanity and friendship and other people, seriously, the crazier they get. And I'm not kidding, they really do. I have had the past couple of weeks so many instances of people who are on their own, have been on their own, say they prefer to be on their own, that are off the charts when it comes to their psychotic thinking. And that's a whole other subject, which we will do a show on, or a couple on psychotic thinking, because people are very unclear on what psychotic thinking means and what it's about. But we do need people who keep us real and keep us honest.
We do. We need our friendships. So how do you do that? You know, I've seen so many people in therapy, females who don't have girlfriends, and they don't know what to do, because I will talk about the importance of girlfriends and how you need that close band of sisters. You know, and unfortunately out in society there isn't a sisterhood like there should be. You know, there isn't the support, women supporting women like they should be. But we need that close bond. So how do you make friends if you don't have any? Good starting point is join any kind of group. Mm-hmm. Join a Bible study, join a wine tasting, join a book club, join a whatever, fill in the blank, so that you can start to meet some people. And you'll see who you bond with and who you don't. But it does take stepping out.
Right. I had a young girl that was just starting college now, who was an introvert by nature, more shy, and had been burned enough by different relational situations in her high school life where she was very afraid about starting college. And the one tip I gave her that she did practice, and just in this past week was saying it worked. Instead of being so fixated on yourself, you know, the self-checking thing can be a real, like they say, enemy of the people. Am I okay? How do I look? What do I need? And then you forget about what it is that you need to engage with the world because you're so hyper-focused on, oh, how's my hair? How's my... I told her, when you go into your classes, I want you to observe all the people as they come in. Look at their face, look at their countenance, look how they're presenting. And I said, there'll be people, you know, I mean, with my exaggerated facial expressions, I go, there'll be people walking in the class with their books like this, like, as they're walking in. Then you'll have the people like, yeah, man. You know, you'll see all kinds of things. That's good because you're observing what's around you instead of being so fixated on yourself. You ignore the obvious of how other people are presenting. And when she came in, she said there was a group of them outside of a classroom. Nobody was risking opening the door to see if the class had emptied out yet. And so until some brave soul went and opened the door, that's when they all filed in. So the whole group was nervous about opening the door to the classroom. And she goes, I'm going to open the door next time. I said, good for you.
I had a client in this weekend. We were talking about college, and she was going back also. And she's so concerned about if people are looking at her. And I was telling her that people are so consumed by their own lives, even if they're glancing in her direction, they're probably not thinking about her. They're thinking about, where is their class? What did their boyfriend do last night? You know, they're going through all that. They're thinking about their own life. You know, when we're feeling insecure, we feel like everyone's looking at us and thinking about us, and that's faulty thinking because it's not the truth.
It's called personalization.
People are caught up in their own lives. They're not.
Right.
So, okay, so getting back to how do you develop friends? Just like with this girl that I was talking to that went back to college, I said, get involved in something. Mm-hmm. So she did. She got involved in a sorority. But there are all kinds of things that you can get involved in life so that you do end up meeting people. When you're feeling lonely, I get that. You feel like you don't even want to leave your home. But it's leaving your home and meeting people, that's what changes you internally so your life becomes better. So it's choosing to take that step even though you don't feel like taking the step.
Right, and we've seen scenarios too, we just experienced one together last week, where you are in a group of women and it's wonderful, but you see the bad attitude floating around in there too. And when you're dealing with another woman who just has a really bad negative attitude because their whole countenance is, what? Like, in other words, you feel as a person trying to be positive that they're going to take whatever you say negatively because they are a highly defended type of person. And this is not good. If you've got that attitude going on, you got to practice X-naying that, because you have to be neutral. If you can't do positive, at least do neutral attitude, because when you're that negative Nelly or Eeyore type of person, in other words, you give off a vibe like you're trying to control even what another person is going to say to you. And if they say anything that even remotely offends you, you go and jump all over it. Oh my gosh, stop.
So that's the kind of girlfriend that you really wouldn't want to hang around with.
No.
You want girlfriends who are positive but also tell the truth. You know, you don't want someone who's just going along with whatever you say. You want girlfriends who will give you another perspective or another way to look at something, but not in that critical, negative way. Something that a girlfriend of mine and I did maybe 17 years ago, we decided that we wanted to broaden our scope of friends. So we would start a movie club, and our rules would be, it'd be the first Monday of every month, and you could come to the dinner and the movie. You could come to just the dinner or the movie, or you don't even have to come. So it's, in other words, no rules, but we'll see what shakes out. She invited friends, I invited friends. We told our friends they could invite friends. So after a while, some people came, some people went, some people didn't fit in, because we don't handhold. We're all a confident group of people who have a lot of fun. And we're group talkers, and it's just enjoyable. So now we probably have, about 20 people in the group, and we share weddings together, we share funerals together, we share Christmas parties together, summer parties together. We've become very entrenched in each other's lives, and we're, in a sense, we've created a family of girlfriends. And it's a wonderful thing, and people have bonded, friends that you wouldn't even know that they would end up connecting, but they did. But finding a way to meet with people on a regular basis is a really good way to form friendships.
And on that note, we got to go. Next time we'll continue our conversation on the power of our girlfriends.
Okay, bye-bye.